Hey, welcome
Hey,
everyone.
welcome.
Yes, welcome to this week's news and updates. I'm your host and amazing producer, Mark, and this is our other host, the amazing and all-powerful Lavelle.
Thanks, Mark. Oh, wow. I love it when I'm appreciated. Yay. So this coming week is the last week of Pride Month. Has that been way too much fun here in Altspace? Though in our hearts, every month is Pride Month. We have these wonderful rainbows and hearts in the studio this week. And next, then, who knows? Mark, our great producer and world builder, you're going to surprise us with something new. Yeah, we'll see.
Ooh, time will
Ooh,
tell.
time will tell. How many of you? I kind of want to keep the hearts. How many of you want to keep the hearts? How about some voting with some hearts? Hearts for the hearts. I love this. We got a couple. Yeah, we got a few people who want to keep the hearts. Yeah, hint, hint, Mark. All right, now on to the
Yeah, I get
news.
it.
Yay!
Okay, so yes, now to Optspace News. Several Quest users here in Optspace are reporting it into us, and we appreciate it so much, as well as reporting to Optspace VR developers on their experience as Optspace moves towards certification. So far, for most, the experience is seamless, but a few people are reporting some glitchiness, especially in spaces with a crowd and heavy performance spaces, which was to be expected. We can continue to follow both the Optspace VR remodel and the Quest user experience, along with the experience of other users coming in with new devices.
This week's adventures in the Altspace VR remodel have been fairly quiet, and I am relieved. It was a little too exciting. We're getting used to seeing old friends in new clothes, wearing new avatars, and other than a few odds and ends glitches, for the world builders mostly, they're the ones least likely to experience the issues. They've been struggling the most, but for the most part, it's been pretty uneventful for the rest of us. The Unity uploader continues to have issues, but the developers are on the job. They're working hard to ensure a smoother upload of world building kits and all the different worlds. So currently uploads are still limited to 30 megabytes-ish per device upload, but people keep reporting that it's not working, then it's working, then not. And we just had verification in the last few hours it's definitely working. But stay tuned. We'll try to report any major outages. The Altspace VR news channel in our Discord server. You can check them out for updates. And there was a slight glitch in the altvr.com website, and the search for worlds and artifacts or the assets is back up and functioning for world builders. So, it's just part of, this is normal stuff, man. If you're doing a house remodel, things would be much more dusty and filthy.
Yes, filthy as it gets. So
Yay.
along with that, front row is still under repair, and it's expected to be so for a couple more weeks, though we are hearing that it might be sooner than later. They are doing the best they can, but it appears they may have to rewrite the code from scratch to resolve many of the issues event hosts have experienced, along with potentially adding some of the features we've been begging for. The Events Hub on Discord for Optspace event hosts and moderators has feedback and suggestions channel to give feedback and ideas for the new front row hosting and moderation tools. Unity is looking for ideas to pass on to the development team. We vote for the sticky mute, the ability to mute an audience and keep them muted until we are ready for discussion. Oh, that would be lovely and solve so many problems with trolls. Speaking of trolls, work underway behind the scenes for a week dedicated to cyberbullying. Topics, workshops, and speakers here in Optspace VR and across the social VR worlds in general. I know that educators in VR and other regular events and podcasts are likely to be involved for the week-long event. So stay tuned for news on this very serious topical and unfortunately too common topic in our virtual and online lives.
Absolutely. It's going to be an
Yes.
exciting week. I'm looking forward to that.
Yes, we are. So, on a much happier note, let's take a look at some world building news. So, as mentioned, the Unity uploader continues to work intermittently. If you are a world builder, make sure you join the World Builder Discord group listed on our lobby in our Discord and elsewhere in the show, as well as our news and updates Discord to stay up to date on what is happening. And I said happier news. That is not happy news. Okay, so
we have happy news coming.
in spite of the upload issues, new worlds are coming on board to be featured.
See? That's happy.
Yes. So you can still build worlds using the in-world world editor and the amazing kits. To access all the available kits, you need to do two things. Go to your profile settings and enable beta access. Join the World Building Discord and request being added to the World Building whitelist. You may learn this and more tips and tricks at the weekly World Builders meetings in AltSpace VR on Tuesdays in the basic world building introduction, followed by the World Builders meetup for more advanced beginner to intermediate topics. And later in the week is the STK meetup covering the programming aspects of world building and the new MRE. So for more information, see help.altvr.com and developer.altvr.com and join the many Discord groups supporting these endeavors.
I love our world builders, and which is very happy news. There you go. And in spite of the issues with the Unity uploader, we have some very interesting new worlds to mention. Remember, you don't need to use that Unity uploader. You don't have to do any programming. There's tools built right into AltSpace that just allows you to build some amazing things. And coming up, we have our amazing beloved Dawn, host of the Olive Garden Worlds, and the Thing in a Place podcast has another new space. In space! Yes, you guessed it. Olive Garden in space! I love it. That's wonderful. It is the finest dining anywhere on Earth and in space. So go check out that. He's been working on that for months. It's wonderful. We also have the Zen Zone by Sydney. It's a restful, peaceful area. It's kind of a crosshatch of islands with an Asian flavor. It's absolutely lovely. She does some great stuff. I just love it. Now, on the little darker side, we have The Dorms by Sarah, and I know she's been working on this for a while. And it's kind of an interesting trip through time for some of us. It's a new experience for the younger group as you explore the chaos often found in the dorms of a college or a university. Trust me, there's a surprise behind every door. You've been warned.
Oh God, it's there. Oh, wait, in there.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my God.
There's a couple of them I went, oh no, my eyes. So that was that. It's really imaginative, and that's what I love about world building. So don't forget that our wonderful producer here, Mark, has updated the news and updates by Mark Hub with a walk through the past versions of our studio. Do you have a version of this with the hearts? You've got to put our version of the hearts in there. Okay, make a copy. Do that. You need to.
I do not.
Yeah, we need to have the Pride Month version of this. I love it. So it's a great tribute to not only what Mark has done here, but also a walk through the modern history of world building, from the really basic world editor assets that we first started out with, with a campfire and, alien planet stuff, on to Unity designs like this one. So, and there's a lot of challenges that go on to making this, and a lot of interesting ways that all this space works. So, you gotta check that out. So visit Mark's News and Updates hub. It features all these different worlds, and check that out. It's really cool. Now, we've been hinting for a couple weeks about the new event spaces that David 58 has created. And we're here now today to tell you a little bit about how these were done. And you can do the same thing yourself. So up on the screen here, we have the template that anyone can access right through the Building of Worlds called the Comedy Club. Now, it should look familiar because it's used for center stage, for open mic, and a lot of different events. It kind of has this kind of dance floor bar, I don't know, stage, band feeling to it. And he dressed it in some new clothes. So with this before and after shot, you can see that the railing has now been covered with a piano keyboard. The tables are using a jet engine special effect that looks like fringe around the tables. Brilliant, brilliant choice. And it has the same lamps. That hasn't changed. Same stairs. A lot of things are the same. But he's covered things up with some photographs and some other kit objects and gave it a completely different look. Now, he's done this with 3 different event space that he has started to announce here. You can find these. The barn is the Western style one, isn't it? And then you have is the Red Room up here, David? Or is that a different space?
No, that's my newest one. That's not there yet. No.
That's not there yet. Okay. So here are
It's going to be coming out Monday.
Okay, Monday. All right. So this is the exact same space that he has dressed up to look different, using the space, the Western kind of cowboy and farm kits for different ones. And then in some, he's got the goodies from some of the music and the disco kits for the sci-fi and different things set up in another one. They're great social spaces. He's got dance floor going on. And it's just really imaginative. The exact same template, just covered up. Really, really nicely done. And I really love this accent of taking the piano and replacing the railing and covering it up with a keyboard and then covering up those tables. It's great to use this as a foundation, and it's a wonderful world building trick. So, come on, it just takes some imagination, a lot of experimentation, but the core is still there and you can still make it look completely different and almost unrecognizable. So have some fun with this. While we're waiting for the Unity uploader to stabilize and improve, consider using those creative talents to work with the existing world templates and see where your imagination can take you. And thank you, David, for letting us use and abuse your examples for everybody. And do remember, so there's a 4th one. I love it.
No,
you can find all
different template.
Different template. Okay, cool. I love that.
The newest one that Keegan had a meeting from.
The newest one that, so the newest one that Keegan had?
Not the one they had, not the newest one, but the one that just behind it.
It's not the newest one, but the newest one before the new one. Excellent.
Yeah, the one with the ramp that goes up on this little stage up on the top, like.
The one that with the ramp? Fabulous. So you'll be showing all those off. Go talk to him afterwards, see how it's done. Absolutely brilliant. And you can do this yourself. All the help you need is at help.altvr.com, developer.altvr.com, and hang out at those wonderful world building meetups and learn more. All right, Mark, on to some events.
Oh, yes. Okay, so this month-long celebration of Pride Month was highlighted this week with the Pride Parade. Many submitted floats as part of the parade event, and they were featured in a Pride Parade special event this week. God, that's many times I'd say Pride. What imagination! So Chris made a float featuring the heads of many of our popular Avatar friends, and they were approximated almost psychedelic with rainbows and hearts, and Don a simple but powerful tribute to Stonewall, the protest and riot believed by many in the States that changed the world's response to the LGBTQ plus community in 1969. So how far have we come since then, and how much further we have to go? So thanks to everyone, especially to Chris, the beloved host of the LGBTQ plus meetup, celebrating 2 years here in Artspace recently. The floats were amazing and so much love went into them. Thank you for helping to make Artspace shine with pride.
I love it. I love it. And I love our community that we've come together to do things like this, and we need our community to come together to help make Altspace better in so many ways. And volunteers are needed to help moderate all these different events that we host, including the float thing and the Pride Parade and this event and everything else. We are so grateful to our moderators. Like we have Ancient I Won't Say is helping out, and David is helping out to make sure we have some great crowd control here. So we are so appreciative. Now on Wednesdays, an hour before AltSpace 101, myself and others are going to be hosting a training session for moderating and hosting AltSpace 101 and supporting AltSpace events as a moderator. And we're offering some other tips and tools to help train people who want to be volunteers, who want to contribute to our community, as well as those who want to join the AltSpace VR Community Helper Program. So come on and join us an hour before AltSpace 101 on Wednesdays, and we'll be doing some trainings and stuff there on a regular basis. So, get involved. It's your community. It's up to us to make it what we want it to become, and this is a way we can help you. The volunteer community, the helper community can help you make it better. Now, speaking of community, we have mentioned that a team is working on a week-long event dedicated to cyberbullying, prevention, and understanding and managing and research. Now, regular AltSpace VR events will feature topics on the subject along with special guest workshop speakers and other events. The Educators in VR is working on a track with an educational slant dealing with cyberbullying, and we're looking for experienced event hosts, moderators, and community representatives to help us host a panel to discuss the personal experiences and the lessons learned on dealing with cyberbullying in VR. If you'd like to join us, talk to me after the news or through our Discord channel. Y'all know how to get a hold of Mark or I. We're everywhere. And we'd love to have you involved in the process and maybe be even on the panel that we're going to be hosting. It's a great opportunity to learn more about this and learn how to have some new tools associated with this. Mark.
It is so hard to be bored in AltSpace. There's just so much to do. Around every corner is a live stream event, conference, live concert, open mic, talent shows, improv night, video concerts, social meetups, podcasts, variety shows, meetups.
Oh my goodness.
Meditation, church, synagogue, movies and documentaries with our amazing David 58. AltSpace unofficial master event host. Trust me, it feels like you could never leave. There's so much to do.
It's true. It's true. It's overwhelming deciding.
Yes. So some new events have popped up on the calendar for this coming week. David 58 brings us the Red Room, a chance to rock out to rock music of the 70s on Monday. Using his new spaces, he invites you Tuesday to put on your cowboy boots and saddle up for some country music in the barn. Next, the rocket party is on for Monday. We hope for the launch of the SpaceX's Falcon heavy carrying 24 satellites for a low Earth orbit. The side boosters and center core are expected to land on the drone ship, so it should be exciting. As with all rocket parties, subscribe to their events channel for updates, as these launches can be delayed or postponed at any moment.
Another Doctor Who event is scheduled for Tuesday. Any Whovians here? Love it. We are bringing you another episode from the old Doctor Who originals. Now, we're traveling back through time towards the beginning of Doctor Who in the early 60s, revisiting some of the lost episodes that have been reconstructed by fans about 10 years ago. It is a rare event to see these. So make sure you RSVP for the Doctor Who meetup on Tuesday and join us for adventures in time and space with the Doctor and his companion. We are going to be watching some videos that are not on YouTube. So they're not available to the general public. We've managed to figure this out. So it's very exciting. Make sure you check that out. Get that on your list. Chuck Webster, this man is amazing. If you haven't been to any of his events, I don't know how he keeps up with himself. He's just going a million miles an hour. He is the master of the health system chat meetups. He's bringing us sensors and detectors for VR and medical uses, exploring how sensors are used, with examples from the Sensors Expo and Conference and Medical Sensors Design Conference. sensors are used in everything, especially in VR, to detect movement, to detect balance and positioning and interaction with especially with AR, with the space in and around. So thanks, Chuck, for continuing to push the limits and bring us some fascinating topics. I always come out of these things fully engaged and passionate about the latest, hottest thing in virtual and medical science. And this is going to be really fascinating. Now, Blake J. Harris is the author of The History of the Future. He's back again in AltSpace with an interview and open forum discussion on Tuesday on how to create VR, a fantastic podcast, live stream podcast. You got to check that out. Blake's book was featured through several of the different meetups by the book club here in AltSpace, and this should be a great presentation as he talks about the future of Oculus, Facebook, and the VR revolution. Now, the event, formerly known as Mental Wellness Real Life Superheroes, is, we're off sync again. Let's see if I can get back on. Okay, we lost sync there. Okay, so Mental Wellness Real Life Superheroes is changing her name and the title of the event. So Shiny is now known as Joan Savage, and the event, it will be exactly the same, but it's now titled Encouragements. As usual, it features real talk with real people and real encouragement and support on taste and the sweetness of life. This week's topic is emotional intelligence. Time to redefine, readdress, and reformulate your thinking. All right, there was a meeting with Keegan this week, the program owner of AltSpace, to discuss the future of meetings in AltSpace, and it was really fascinating to learn about all the different ways that people use AltSpace for remote meetings and business conferences and things to work in an immersive experience. If you have any recommendations, as we've talked about before, on what's going to happen, what you want to see in event hosting, please check out the Events Hub and give them your feedback. And if you want to watch what happened, there's a live stream video on the AltSpace VR YouTube channel. So,
Okay,
Mark.
I think you're a little bit out of sync there still. So if you can just go to one more slide.
One more?
Because I'm seeing future meetings.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm seeing
okay,
news and updates discussion. Okay.
Yeah, you're a bit out of sync.
Yes, I am. Okay.
So I'm seeing the calendar. So check out the list of events on the AltSpace VR calendar. Check out what is going on. If you're looking for something to do, consider joining an activity or creating your own to bring people together to play games or just socialize. It's a great way to meet people and have fun. So remember, if you want your event to be mentioned on news and updates, then go to our Discord and let us know in the Share Your Event in News channel.
Yay.
Now I've seen news and update discussion.
Okay, and I'm getting the audio from the next slide. So we're out of sync. But anyway.
We are out of sync, yes.
Yay. Should I try to sync it really quickly or just go on?
You could try.
Okay, so hold on, a little technical difficulty. All right, speeding back to the beginning. We'll edit that.
Yeah.
Nope, we're still off.
Go back, go forward. There you go. Okay.
There, now I'm in sync. Let's whip through this again. You're going to edit this out, right?
No.
No, you're not going to leave this. Don't leave this.
This is live. What are you talking about?
I know it's live, and I just hate this when it happens. You get to see the behind the scenes of how this all works. Okay. Yeah. Nope, I'm off again. I went too fast. All right. Anyway, tell me when the discussion shows up. Oh, I love this.
One more?
Discussion?
No, carry on. No, next one.
Next one.
Yeah, that's the discussion.
Okay. All right, that's the discussion one. I hope you all see news and updates discussion up on the screen ahead of me. Yes, H and I won't say says yes. All right. So anyway, all right. I want to talk about the future of these bloody events. You know, honestly, hosting an event in Altspace. How many of you have hosted an event in Altspace? Give me some emoticons, give me some emojis. Have you hosted an event? I know David has. Yeah. Christy has. Fabulous. So, and all of you have attended an event because you're here. Chris, of course, Chris has. Yay. So, it's amazing to be able to host these events and bring people together that have like minds, like interests and goals, and it's a way to express yourself. And we have such fascinating topics. Chris does the LGBTQ plus meetup. He does David does all the documentaries and all those wonderful films and things that you bring in from the deep in the past and not, and all the dancing and music events, all these different things. I do creative writing. I mean, who in their right mind would teach writing in VR when you can't write in VR? You got to write in the real world and share in VR. It's really hard, Chris. I picked the hardest thing. And I do genealogy. We have Mark, you and I have the Doctor Who meetup and stuff. We get to meet people and share experiences, and I love that. But it's also a lot of hard work. So, if you're thinking about the future of meetups, meetings and things here, what do you want? What do you want to see in Altspace? Well,
Well, in Altspace VR Towels, I put in 4 questions in there on what people are looking for in my events.
And then those 4 things are?
What genre of movie you would like, and how long would you, that was a write-in, okay, because there's so many genres. Oh,
Right, genre of
it was
music.
I'm sorry, it was music. It was music.
And?
I thought I heard someone.
I know,
Yeah.
just ignore them.
Gone.
Okay, so the first one is music. Sorry about that. Music, and you write in the genre what kind of music you like. Then the next question is, how long, if the music was desirable, how long would you spend time there?
Right. So how long do you spend time there? The genre of the music?
Multiple choice. I did 30, 60, and 90.
Right.
And then I did the same thing for movies, but I had multiple choice for movies.
Okay. So you were you did a survey to find out what is it that people are looking for and stuff. But what else? What other things besides movies and music and the concerts? What else do you want to see here in Altspace? I'd like to see some more games, things that are interactables, not just basketballs, but doing things. And how many would be interested in some interactive fiction, some digital storytelling where the world you visit takes you on a journey to explore and you could share with others in the process? I would really love to see that. Absolutely love to see that. I love the Zork stuff that DJ Vortex started here. I'm waiting for him to do 2.0 in Unity. But what else? Mark, what would you want to see?
Yeah, I haven't really thought about it.
Well, think about it. And anyway, if you have any ideas or suggestions, you could let them know in the Events Hub on Discord, but you can also let us know and we'll pass it on in our Discord channel. So Mark, you want to tell them all about that?
Ooh.
Please tell me that's our Discord channels.
I'm hearing music. So it is a Discord group, but I'm hearing music, so...
Keep going.
Let's go. Where are we? You can keep up with Altspace news and updates by subscribing to our event through the channels tab on the Altspace VR website. Join us on Discord and you can watch the live stream of past news events on our YouTube channel.
With all the mistakes.
Yes. We are here for you to keep you updated on the news in Altspace, so please tell a friend and share our Discord and YouTube channel so others can keep up with the news in and around Altspace. Thanks to all our news and updates volunteers and moderators that help make this event such a success. If you would like to volunteer to help us out, we would love it. We need people to help present script writing, take pictures, do featured reports and to help film. We need a lot of help.
Especially today.
Yes.
Oh my God.
See us after the show to become involved. We do this for you, but we also need, like I said, your help. So thank you. We do this for the Altspace community to help you stay informed and up to date on what's happening here in our community. We'll be here next week, same time, same station. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
You're gonna leave me out here.
No, get back out there. Go.